This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we're looking into your namespaces kind of stuff. So we saw how can you, how can you run your help parameterization stuff with respect to your Kubernetes environment. So now let's go ahead and try to create a CI/CD pipeline, and let's try to see whether you're able to deploy the things within your prod level, prod namespace or not. Okay. So let me try to go ahead and try to create your Kubernetes cluster first of all. So I'm going to go to VRIT-RG, and here VRIT cluster, and I'm going to go to my East US. So I do not want to have any redundancy, and change the this is the third one. I'm going to choose my 2184 one. Manual level, going with my first, only one node 4 access. I want to manage by my Kubernetes itself. For that reason being, I'm going to disable this one. Networking, kubectl again, and ACR. I need to create my own. So this one, VRIT SOL enable the access. Go ahead, click on OK. Advanced, your tags, and review plus create. So it's trying to create your Kubernetes cluster now. So with again the same old procedure what we have done in the last classes. So now let this come, try to create this cluster. Meanwhile, we'll try to go ahead and we'll try to see your CI/CD pipelines. So how can you create a CI/CD pipelines in here, and how can you deploy your code within your Kubernetes prod namespace in here. So go ahead and within your same page, when this page has been now go home and go to my where is this, see organizations, Azure DevOps organizations, my Azure DevOps organization. Yes, I'm trying to create a project. Yeah, try to go with your default directory, perfect, and try to create your project. Default directory and create a project in there. So now I'm trying to create for my Kubernetes something like this name, and click on create project in here. Okay, so now I have a repository created, and I'm trying to clone my repository back to my local machine so that I can add I can add the code to to run your templates with respect to my Kubernetes environment. So here new code, my Kubernetes, and here I have one thing. So this is my template. So within this, what I have my template folder, and within this I have my web server where it contains one deployment and one service. Okay, so one deployment and it contains one service in here. So I would like to go ahead and try to make things happen with the values what you see in here. So image nginx in here. Okay, and yeah, go ahead and open the URL. It's taking time to come up for the prompting to save the repository, upload the repository to local things here. It's time to initialize the repository still. Yeah. So now go ahead, choose your drive path. I'm selecting my path to clone it. So meanwhile, let me copy this folder, Control C, go back to my repos, my Kubernetes, paste it. So within this, what I have a template chart and my values, so that I can have my things done in here. Okay. So now what next? Go ahead and open a new window, close the earlier window what you have, expand the current window, and you see your Helm chart is been there. Within my Helm chart, I don't see any. Okay, I can see my templates. Within my template, I can see my YAML pipeline with for my creating of my deployment as well as my service. So chart and my values in here. Very good. So next is like so I need to push this particular code to my repository. So for that reason being, source controller, you can provide some comments like code added, tick mark to commit, and finally push it. So now you should be able to see this particular code available within my repository level in here. Let me refresh. Yeah, I can see my folder and set my templates. Inside my template, I have my YAML pipeline, my values file, and everything is updated very in here. Very good. So now I need to create my CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so that I can go ahead and I can I can create my things or deploy my things within my prod namespace. But so first of all, you should have your prod namespace to be created first of all. So let me go back home. Kubernetes services. Yeah, I can see my VRT cluster is there. Now it's a running status. Succeeded, very good. So now let me go to my command prompt. Let me connect to my cluster and let me try to create your prod namespace so that I can have my deployment done within a prod namespace in here. So what is that? AKS get hyphen credentials hyphen resource hyphen group name. So what's the name of the resource group? It's VRIT hyphen cluster RG and hyphen the name. So what's the name in here? It's VRIT cluster. Internet. So this is like you're trying to access your VRIT cluster so that you can go ahead and you can create your prod namespace, because generally by default you can see only what's like a default namespace and other three namespaces for your internal purpose only. But so for our user level, you do have your things to be created, so you can use your default namespace only. Okay. Its name came up here again. Yes, yes, good, very good. So now if you see it, kubectl get ns. So now you should be able to see my namespaces, default namespace coming up in here. Yeah, see, I can see my default and other three are for my, for my internal purpose. So how can you create your kubectl create ns and just provide the name? So prod. So see, I can see a namespace prod has been created. Now, if you try to hit on your ns again, get ns and again, now I can see prod namespace has been created successfully in here. Now let's try to check, do we have anything within this particular prod namespace as of now in here. So let me check my kubectl get pods hyphen, you know, hyphen n, and I can mention like prod. This is just to check with respect to my prod namespace. See, I don't see any resources found in my prod namespaces in here. So now go back and now to my YAML pipeline. Go to the pipelines now. Create your first pipeline. Okay, you can see that code is available in my Git repository. Save your YAML pipeline within my Kubernetes repository in here. Start with your starter pipeline. So it's a very basic thing you have in here. So let me remove this particular steps. It's not required. Okay. So now what I want to do. So I would like to add my, the stages, all those things in here. So for now, let me go ahead and save it. Or else we can go and my YAML. My stages, stage, job, pool, steps. Trigger, master, stages, build, and steps in here. So now what I want to do, I want to, the very first thing is like, so this is the first stage where I want to install what? Install your Helm. Install Helm in here, right? Wait, because without having your Helm downloaded, the parameters and stuff cannot be, recognized. So Helm install. So here I would say install again. So now to complete this particular step in here, so you can choose within your taskbar what you see in here. Here you can search bar, you can say Helm, and you can see two things: Helm tool installer. Just click on this one. Here try to mention like it's like a latest, because every time I want to check for my latest, I don't want to use my old pieces in here. So mention just something like to my like a latest in here. Check for latest version of Helm every time and click on add button. That's it. So what happened in here, this will try to install your Helm. Install your Helm, and that Helm will recognize your parameterization step. So without having this particular task added, you cannot run your things in here. Keep this in mind. Okay. So similarly, I would like to go with my other things in here. Here. So this is like one deploy. Deploy. Similarly, this is also your deploy in here. So you can use the same thing in here. Install. Install Helm. Okay. So now I'm going to deploy my things within a Kubernetes environment. So again, what you do here, search for my Helm and package and deploy Helm chart. See, this is the one you have in here. Click on this. So now this is your connection type ARM, where try to choose your subscription in here, authorize it. Once you authorize it, or all the things with respect to your subscription will be coming up in here. Now my resource group. Failed to obtain adjacent web pages in service provided. What happened? You will not get even this one. Okay. Let me go back. So subscription 979F. Okay. Yeah, now I'm able to get it. So at the same time, my cluster name. So namespace, this is the important one. So you have to mention the things what you want, where you want. If you do not mention it in here, automatically by default it will go and dump into your default namespace, which I don't want in here. So try to copy from here because it should be exactly same what you have in here, prod namespace and the command. So if you remember earlier, you wrote some kind of command like helm install, right? So this is the command you have to use it, and the same thing can use in here as well. So you can see lot many commands in here. See helm install. So okay. So here this is a command going forward. Next level you have to use upgrade. So again you are using your file path because this is like the helm chart. What the folder you have that is available within my repository. So I need to mention that particular source file path in here. For that reason, I need to mention file path in here. So how can you mention it's a source file here? So by simply placing the name of my folder, repos and Kubernetes, and this is my folder name. So copy it and provide the things in here. So version 1 releases, set values. Finally, I don't want to wait for anything in here. Click on add. Okay, so this is showing you in red color. Probably this should be a forward slash. Yeah, now it's in blue color. Okay, so what you're trying to here, you're trying to see mention these many, the details to your CI/CD so that it will go ahead and it will try to do this. So I want to go use my subscription using my resource group and my cluster. What you want to do within my cluster, I have my prod namespace and instead that what I want to install. So what do you want to install? I want to install the deployments what you can do in here. So what is the file? What is the folder name in here? This is the folder name and it is available within my, dot means it's locally available within my repository level in here. That's the meaning of that. Okay. So click on save button. So now what I have done, I have built my CI/CD pipeline to, to have my Helm installed first and to deploy next to my deploy in here. So let me, since I saved it, let me pull this back to my local system. I can see my pipeline, my stage, Helm install, all those things perfect. And I can see things coming up in here. Okay. So let me go ahead and let me try to run this pipeline. Let's see what happens now. So now I have two stages. One is a Helm install, where it's trying to install the tool within my Kubernetes environment so that it can capture the parameterization stuff, all those things. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe I did not mention the variables, right? That is the reason probably. Yeah, I use my verbalization. I did not mention that it in my things in here. So what I'll do, let me go back to my things. I can use it here directly. Ah, my mouse is not good. Okay, so my Linux VM now will be pulled from a variable section. So I believe we are good now. Okay, save it. Now run it. So install is going on. Now it found the image has Ubuntu latest. Very good. My agents are a little bit busy with running some other pipelines, so shortly we'll start our pipeline as well. So have to wait until that particular part. So currently within our things, as I showed you, so we do not have any pods within my prod namespace in here, or we should not see any services within our prod namespace as well. So let me check even that way. SVC, small letters. Let me check. Yeah, started. Very good. So it's completed. Finishing my installation now. Deployment will start. So it's pending. Yeah, no restrictions found. Very good. So now once it's completed, so go to the view, permit, permit for the first time. Second time onwards, it never asks you when there's a change it happens. So again here as well, Ubuntu latest, not starting installation your job, but should go ahead and you try to see Helm deploy. So it's trying to deploy. See where install your namespace prod. So successfully completed. So I can see the same old things what you saw earlier, when like with respect to my revision one, deployed and namespace prod in here and everything, right? So go back now, try to run the same syntax again. Now you should be able to see my SUC web server 33 as per my, within the values what I have. SVC web server 33 and mine, main deployment is web server 33 in here. Perfect. And also what is the replicas? So replicas 10, very good. Okay. So let me check with my pods. Earlier it threw an error, but now it did not show you anything in here. But now I can see 10 things are coming up in here automatically. So this is how whatever you have done manually using your command lines. Now what we are able to do, we are able to run this using your CI/CD pipeline in here. Okay. So this is the pipeline we created. So based upon our situation, the scenario what we have, we created things in here. So what we require your Helm installed tool for sure. And second is that we have to deploy with the what are the things you have to mention that within my chart path, and what are the things you have in here that will be go on and install within my prod namespace you have in here within my VRT cluster using my resource group and my subscription. So everything is now you have been mentioned as your requirement. So now what I want to do now, I would like to go ahead and I would like to reduce this count. Okay, I don't want to have these many to run in here. I want like to reduce my count in here. So for that reason being, what I want to upgrade my things. Okay, so to upgradation, what I do, go back here, LN chart within my values file. Now I would like to make it a simple 5, just 5. At the same time, within my YAML pipeline, I have to mention, here instead of install, you have to mention your what? Update, right? So that is what we ran in the last class as well. We use the last things, upgrade in here. This is the syntax you have to follow. When you're trying to repeat, when you're trying to going for the second deployment again, when the based upon the changes what you have in here. So the same thing you have upgrade. Go back, go to my script, and here you can see upgrading. Upgrading what? Based upon the things what you have in the file chart. So what you have in the Helm chart in here, I'm having my new values like equal to, this is within my, I think I made a value change in here, but okay. So Control S. So save it first of all. So once you save it, now I have my 5 in here. At the same time, Azure pipeline, I made it to upgrade in here. Okay, this made to install to upgrade in here. So go ahead and say Control S or save it mainly. So now I can go so here. So I can see my changes within my pipeline. Earlier it was install, now it's upgrade. And with the value section, earlier it was 10, now it was 5. It is 5 now. So okay, go ahead and try to push your code. Code changed, whatever it is. And go and push it. So now my repository should see my new things coming up. Oh, there's a change happened or what? So let me see. Can still see this. Okay, they're asking to pull first and then push it. Or let me make it here directly. Click on edit button. Upgrade. This is one thing. And the other one, values file. Edit. Let me stop the other one. So let this run. Oh, still installed. Something went wrong. Upgrade. LM upgrade. Install. It shows that already exists. Yeah, since it's trying to go install it with install. Meta.helm.sh. What's good install? You should do the upgrade, right? So I mentioned that within a pipeline. Need to upgrade. Why it's not picking up this one? Something. Let me check. Contents unable to. Contains resources that already exist. Unable to continue with install. Namespace prod exists and cannot import into the current release. So let's take install again. I have mentioned the exact one as per the requirement only, like the upgrade. This is important. So do we have anything else? Let me check. Or did I mention the wrong one? Yes, upgrade only. UPGRADE. Install if not presents. What is the price? Value file. Wait for execution. Upgrade. Namespace prod. I don't see any issue in here. But I don't know why it's taking install in here. So this is the only issue with your, the CI/CD. It's not like, it's not able to upgrade things in here. If you run a command manually, for sure that will be upgraded in here, for sure. But here only the problem with the upgrade install here. So, unable to install service. Service instant prod. Let me run manually upgrading part. So to upgrade Helm upgrade, so I need to go to my first of all to the place where I have my Helm. Okay. So go to my local things, new code, Kubernetes, Node.js. Yeah, I do have in here. Control C. d colon cd in here directory. I can see my Docker file helm chart in here. So I would like to run this helm chart, and I can see helm.exe as well in here. It's looking good for me. So helm upgrade, grad, helm upgrade, right? Helm upgrade the name and your application name. So let me check what the helm list we have. List in your prod namespace. So this is the name you have in here. So I'll use the same thing. Helm upgrade, provide the name, right? The same thing, right? So I'm trying to see Helm upgrade, the name of the Helm what they're doing already running. So this is the what I have in here. So now what I want to, I want to upgrade my folder. So within this one, so dot forward slash and what's the name of the folder? This is what it is. Copy it and again backward slash. No deployment releases. Helm upgrade. Helm upgrade and the name of the Helm what you done and just put path perfect. Basically JS app. Yeah, here I'm having Helm chart perfect. So this one, is looking for your default namespace. So now I mentioned my namespace in here. So let's see what happens. Is it like able to upgrade the things or not in here? So earlier we have 10, right? Now I'm trying to make it as a 5. Yeah, very good. So here deployed status and Helm name and second version now. So kubectl get codes -n prod. Something went wrong. I made a changes. This is looking same. So I made same somewhere. 5. Save it and exit. So now try to redeploy one more time. Yeah, now status 3. Go with my git pods -n prod. See, I can see few things are getting terminated. Yeah, now I can see only 5 things are written. So manually level is looking good, but somehow here it's trying to take the same things. It's trying to say here upgrade, local machine upgrade, namespaces prod install. So this is the issue we're getting in here. So it's trying to go with the installation part in here. Error render manifest content resource all existing, unable to return the service install prod in here. Release does not exist. Installing it now. Okay, 2022 329.6. Some problem with releasing here. What is the pipeline? Get IG, Kubernetes cluster, namespace upgrade, name a file path, forward slash. Go to my repos, within my value section. Let me make this to commit. I have two pipelines in here. If upgrade failed, has no deploy release. Now it's been getting upgraded, but it's getting failed because this is not there. Somewhere we're missing, guys. So look into this one. So probably here some name and provide to provide somewhere. So now earlier the message is different and now the message is different, right? So it's saying it's trying to install it. So probably it's trying to create a new release in here where this is not there. Since it's not there, it has to be installed. But actually we are trying to, we are trying to upgrade it. So let me try to install first and then we can move it. Okay, so for that reason let me delete it. kubectl delete your svc and or delete deployment and provide deployment. Similarly, now if you go and check it out, kubectl get pods -n prod. Very good. Similarly, kubectl delete svc. What is svc name? Okay. So now again, let me try to go with the fresh one. Install, save it, and go save and run it. Just waiting for the resources to start. Yeah, started. I think Helm's name is all present, right? So let me delete that as well. Refill, I believe again. It's already started. That will fail because already there, right? Sensation will fail because the name is already existing in here. Delete LM. I will delete LM in here. To my here Kubernetes. Upgrade. Yeah. delete command on helm command line. Delete space. QCT delete helm chart. Mm, one is third and then one is first revision. This is also there. So it's to create a new version in here. Okay. Then it's getting failed. The new one. 742 must be equal to the release name must be equal. Acha. Okay. So I need to go the pipeline one more time. So LM package. Choose your subscription, my resource group again. Space prod and with install first time file path. So I'm going to do it manually, but somehow some problem with my CI/CD, somewhere with release name or like the installation part. So second time it's not working well somehow. So I'm trying to check that. If it fails again, then I need to clear all my Helm list what I have, and then I need to start a fresh installation again. And using the same name, it should go ahead again. It should replace, upgrade the things again. So that's what we require. Let's see. failed. Save mission failed, path not found. Uh, so it's a dot. Save it. Save. Rendered manfish could not result all exist. What is all existing? So I need to clear this one. It should be equal to hello Kubernetes. So it's trying to take the one we have mentioned in here. So this is the one which has been created by default. So we have to clear this list what we have in here, your Helm list, and then we can go ahead. We can try it again one more time. So install and deploy. So within your things, what you do is like guys. So within your pipelines, you mentioned your release name as well. So do not try to leave it in blank in here. So if you mention your release name, then probably it will try to go with the same name every time. So when you try to do not mention your release name over there, it will try to take its own name and that name is not matching in here. Second time when you try to upgrade it, so again what will happen? So it will try to install. Why? Because it will try to get a new name for Helm deployment again in here. So use this particular release name in here. Try to so that this can be reused again even though you change to upgrade. Okay. So I have to clear this particular list in here. Then I need to try one more time. Okay. We'll try to see again if you want tomorrow, or else you guys try this once in here and see. We'll see how it goes from there. Okay. So apart from this, I believe you understood the main part of creating of your CI/CD pipeline with respect to my Helm, right? Your Helm installer and your deployment of your things in here. So only the yeah, I need to first you need to install. Later on, you have to make it as a upgrade. Okay. So we'll try to see handle this particular small part tomorrow, or else you try on your own first thing. I believe that should be okay when you're trying to clear the Helm list what you have in here and try to run one more with the fresh things with the standard name of your release names. So let's see how it goes from there, just in case. Okay. So any questions, guys? Right then, we'll wind up for today. We'll meet tomorrow with more concepts on your things. So if this is successful, then we are end with your Kubernetes environment. So we'll start your Terraform. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.